And Josh, your hand, it's all right. I know that we're live, guys. It's just a little back behind the scenes stuff here. If you'll toggle over from uncuffed to like failure to stop and use that countdown when we're ready, that'll be perfect for the rest of you guys. Welcome to Failure to Stop Uncuffed Monday. It's Monday. We're getting all the kinks out of everything. Speaking of kinks, we've got a kinky show for you today. Not really kinky, but we got a lot to talk about. We got Macaulay Culkin getting his star and hearing his voice for the very first time in over a decade. A lot of people are talking about that. We got Taylor Swift, Woman of the Year. We've got to give our opinions on that. And then we have what happened to Jamie Foxx. That's the big story of the week. We'll get into why that's the biggest story of the week. And then we also have the Sean Diddy Combs saga continuamos in Espanol as more sexual allegations come back. If you're tuning in for the very first time, we do 5 different shows a week, all geared to keep first responders informed and entertained. We're not talking about first responders shit. We're talking about shit that first responders can be well-rounded with. It's like a toolbox of tools. So we have this show, which is Society and Culture News, brought to you by former cop, now comedian Jay Darrell White. We got Margaret Owens here and myself, former police officer, now comedian, breaking down all the society and culture stuff. Then we have True Crime Tuesdays, Political News Wednesdays, Sports on Thursdays, Case Breakdowns on Fridays, all right here in a one-stop shop, Failure Stop Podcast channel. Let's go, Deadleg.
The growing calls across the nation to defund the police.
To end policing as we know it.
Off the charts violence in New York City. 11 people shot in just 8 hours on Sunday.
This is about the police officers who every single day put on that uniform and they run towards danger when we run away from it.
Wow, guns up, giddy up. It's Monday. Today's show brought to you by today's show is brought to you by ghostbed.com/Wolfpack. We also have factormeals.com/Wolfpack. Ad reads to follow. But we've got a lot of news. Before we jump into the news, Margaret, how are you tonight?
I'm doing wonderful.
You smell nice.
Oh, thank you.
What is that?
It's called Black Woman.
Deodorant? It's called what?
Black Woman.
That's
Tussie.
It's called Black Woman.
It's around Christmas. Go ahead and tell everybody you done stocked up in your Avon. Go ahead and tell them you still use Tussie.
I don't use Tussie.
You don't use Tussie?
What do you use?
I use Suave.
Suave. Oh, okay.
So Secret, but it's something in it that.
Yeah, I use women's deodorant too, and I use Suave, especially because I go to the gym, and the women's deodorant, for whatever reason, but I've also heard that there's more metals in it. It's not good for you.
That's what it is. The Secret got metal in it, so I can't use it.
I know, yeah. So I actually...
the metal?
We just did a podcast on the Night Shift Top Secret Information with Pat Miletich, the world champion UFC fighter, and he's been like for the last 20 years going all in on all these products that have metals in it and all this crazy shit that gives you cancer, it gives you inflammation. It was a really, really cool episode.
I'm gonna tell you this.
Tell me.
I love deodorant. Okay.
That's weird. Weird flex. What do you like, sniff it or something?
No, I mean,
Huffing
I
deodorant?
really believe everybody needs deodorant in their life, because I'm gonna tell you, as an actor, to prepare for a role, I wanted to get down and dirty. I had to play. I portrayed a crackhead one time. In one role, I played like I was just down and out, drinking all the time, didn't wash, didn't do this and that. So I decided to live that life. I decided to live that life to get into that character. So for 2 weeks, we shot 4 days on a weekend. We shot a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 2 weeks prior to that, I did not wash my ass. I did not brush my teeth. I didn't brush my hair. I didn't shave or nothing. And I didn't get no sleep. And I ate just a little, because it gave me that nervous feeling. You know, when you're hungry, you get that hunger feeling. I did it for 2 weeks, man. Lost some weight behind it. But,
dude, I got to play a role this week on Wednesday. I have 4 parts in a office comedy, Office Joe, brought to you by Diesel Jack Media, Nick Palmachano, the Ranger Up guys. And I'm playing I'm playing a cop role so that I don't have to wear Ode de Bragg Street all over my body. That's what I call your stench from your crackhead role, Ode de Bragg Street. Or what's What's another one? Ode Day MLK Boulevard.
Oh yeah.
What does that
Blunt
say
Street.
when the phone hit the
Smell like a
fan?
blunt.
That's
Yeah.
ooh.
And that's, you know what? Those 2 weeks I got used to it. Got used to it where I couldn't smell myself. But it was like, my director, my boy was like, woo, God, Tomato, you getting into this role. Like, I said, yeah, man, yeah. And to be honest, when we was doing the lines, and of course I could, I had that, I could
Which lines
ad-lib.
were you doing? You doing like
I-
acting lines or like
Ooh,
crackhead lines?
No, had to fire it up like that. But no, but when I'm just saying,
You did that really well.
I made it believable. It was more believable because I was acting and I was feeling bad. So my appearance, even when they dabbed me up with the makeup and all that stuff, I looked like I was a real crackhead.
Because you can imagine getting like pulled over by the cops. You know your shit would get searched. Like, right.
But it was like, and I did that for, like I said, 2 weeks, man. And when we was on our lunch break each day, I just sat there and just ate it. I drank a little bit of water. And I ate a little piece. They had like ham, little rolls and turkeys. I ate a little piece of ham, just to, a little bit. But on day 4, when we wrapped, we was like, cut. That's it. It's a wrap, man. I went and I said, I started taking food like that. Thank you. Y'all eating it?
Lord.
They're like, you acting like a real crackhead when you come to the food. I said, yep, I'm Pookie. You gonna eat that? I'm gonna get that turkey. And I went over there and ate, and I know,
You know who? You know what other actor like gets way into his role, like really far into his role? Christian Bale, right? Isn't he known for like going way into that?
Yeah, I heard he shoot.
And then
people get pissed off of him.
Brad Pitt. What was it? It was Shia LaBeouf. Wasn't it Shia LaBeouf that like went way into the tank?
That do Transformers.
Yeah, but he was in that movie with the tanks, and they said that like.
You talk about
Fury, yeah, they literally ran the set as if they were like privates, and Brad Pitt was the staff sergeant. Like they didn't come out of character just so they could have that cohesiveness. And some of the angst and stuff that you saw in there was because they literally stayed in that tank, and like we're really like having like real feelings, which is cool though. I mean, 'cause that's a great movie.
That's and it's funny. I always said I want to play a role that I lived in real life, that I didn't live in real life. Like a lot of times, like us being police officers, it's funny because one of my roles was I was auditioning as a detective. They wanted me to be a police officer, and I read the lines. It was only maybe like 3 or 4 lines, probably one scene, but when we did a table read and everybody was there, except for the people, one of the main stars that had the role I eventually got, he wasn't there. So the director asked me to read the lines. And he was like, don't just read the lines. I want you to act them out. And I'm going to close my eyes because I know the words because I wrote them. And we did it, and I had them laughing and everything. And these are his words. And he looked at me. He said, you're a comedian, right? I said, mm-hmm. He said, he looked at some of my stuff. They was just standing over there. He said, don't leave. We want to talk to you. And they looking at my stuff, and he's gathered with his producers and stuff. And they came over and offered me that role. So whoever had the role before me, boom, got booted off. He put me in it. And then not only I did his lines, but he let me ad-lib. And I came up with something that, hell, I'm just going to say it. Tyler Perry said one of my lines.
No shit.
Yes. I got that. If you watch the movie, watch Scorn, our domestic violence movie.
Yeah, I seen it.
Me and my
Margaret's got it on DVD.
We was I do. Yeah, we got it. I'm gonna have to show it. I'm gonna have to get to you, let you see it.
Dude, so one of the lines that I have coming up on Wednesday. I mean, I haven't told them that I'm gonna ad-lib, but like I put in I removed one of the sentences and replaced it with my own sentence because it's not the way I would talk.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure it's way funnier. Right. And it's the same amount of time and length. Like it's literally, I just took out a sentence and added a different sentence. I don't know. We'll see. It's the first time I've ever had speaking lines in a set. So I'm going to drop that sentence in there. And if they fucking hate it, I've memorized it the other way around. But in the chats, Lazaro Lopez, Tactical Dude says, I saw Lazaro Lopez in a donut operator video the other day. Lazaro Lopez is in a lot of videos over there at the ranch, at the Jared Taylor Snake Farm Ranch. But yeah,
he's in the chat,
and he really likes to get into those roles, and so he'll hit a couple of those hard as fuck seltzers, those hard AF seltzers. He really gets into the role because that's not him in real life. He's not really Yes, no, never mind. That's exactly who he is. Thank you guys for joining in. Speaking of which, in the live chats, we got Jeremy 9953331 says no notification about the show from YouTube, of course, but GreenTube notified me that you are streaming. GreenTube referring to Rumble. So we're under an intense shadow ban due to the King Bo episode of Night Shift TSI, which goes on the Failure to Stop podcast channel. But King Bo being the guy, he's the black dude that wore he had the UFC fight.
I remember you showed
the Trump was indicted for anybody on the Epstein list. Like we had him on the show, and that dude is so far down the rabbit hole, dude. He was talking about he was saying all of the words that you cannot say on YouTube. He literally said them all, and he said them all in succession. Like it was cha 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 cha. And I was like, as a team, we were like, dude, if we put this on YouTube, we're fucked. And we were like, let's just do it anyway because all of our money comes from audio. Right. Thank God. But we did like those little YouTube checks. Right. From time to time, which it means that the best way that you can help us through the holiday, I was driving through the coffee line this morning, and
Starbucks.
No, it was Scooters. Yep,
Oh,
yep.
okay.
And they're really dope about not forcing the tip thing on you.
Oh.
It's still on the screen though, but they don't have the jar out there and the whole 9 yards because I feel like that coffee's so fucking expensive anyway these days. Like, why am I tipping anybody to make me coffee?
Right.
Like, I don't tip Chick-fil-A to make me a bomb ass salad. I don't, tip Taco Bell for making me a delicious gordita.
In there.
Right.
You eating in the restaurant, they refilling your stuff.
But we still do it. Like we're still tipping these people and asking no questions. And we give you 5 free shows a week. And we're not even asking you for a $2 tip. All we're asking for is a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Don't be a cheap ass.
Let me tell you
this holiday season. Go and give us a rating and
Let me tell you
review.
what pissed me off. People who go to movies. If you go to the movies like I do, I'm a movie critic, I watched all these movies. But when you go up there to buy your ticket and you get your concessions, your stuff could come up to $14.
Yeah.
And they were like, would you like to round it up? To go to St. Jude's. And I'm like, and I did one time.
Well, St. Jude's the cancer facility.
For kids.
I'll do that. I hate it when they ask you for fucking pets, like PETA or
but no, here's my thing.
Save some kind of fucking animal.
Here's my thing though. They're rounding up. It's going to be a big ass check in their name.
Yeah.
For whatever movie theater or the franchise, they done raised $1 million, but they didn't put not one dime in it. This is the money they get from your roundups.
Yeah.
Food and shit is already high. Right. And then they
you would be better off making a $100 donation to St. Jude. You get the tax write-off.
Exactly. So and not even me getting the tax write-off, but to let them know, hey, it's coming from me.
Right.
It's coming from Jay Darrell, bam. Not that.
Yeah, because when you get to heaven,
up there nowhere near.
When you get to heaven, all it's going to see is God's going to be like, no, the cinema donated to St. Jude's, but you didn't.
That's right. That's right.
Right, Margaret?
That's right.
You go to church.
That's right.
Yeah, but if that's gonna happen, he gonna notice you. He gonna see that you did.
Say
that.
Peter at the gate. At the gate,
Yeah.
It's
like Darrell, Jay, you ain't getting nothing. You ain't getting nothing.
Margaret didn't know that when she's doing that little tipping the Lord, the tithing on the little machine that she does, she hadn't realized under the fine print that those tithes go to the Lord under the church.
Sure, yeah.
Your name ain't on it. So the church of whatever, they're getting all the credit. So when you go to heaven, no, I'm sorry, Margaret, you didn't tip shit.
I'm gonna have a conversation with my pastor.
All right, speaking of just the tip, let's talk about Taylor Swift. No, I feel like if we're going to talk about just a tip, we got to talk about Sean P. Diddy Combs. As a white dude, really confusing trying to keep up with all the Sean P. Diddy Combs. Is he P. Diddy? Is he Puff Daddy? Is he Sean? I mean, what do I call him? I feel like it's getting out of control. How many times can you change your fucking nickname?
Well,
Little Bow Wow becomes Bow Wow. I get it.
I get it because he's older.
Right. But Sean P. Diddy Combs, why is he got, or Eminem? How many times is he going to change his fucking name?
Eminem's always been Eminem to me.
Slim Shady, Rabbit.
But see, you got to think, when he called Rabbit was like his homeboys in Detroit. He was right. That was him probably coming up as a kid or whatever. Now, Slim Shady, that's a part of his rap. When he,
because it's his alter ego.
And then people, start saying that. But it's always been Eminem.
Okay.
But Sean Puff Daddy is not a rapper, first of all. He's a producer.
Okay.
He's a producer. He produces. He started out as a
Bad Boy
assistant.
Records, right?
No, he started out before that. He was with another record company. And he was like a lowly assistant.
Okay.
And he just shadowed the big guy there and learned a lot of stuff, the tricks of the trade. And then I think when he tried to, cutthroat and he got fired, then he started his own label. And then, of course, that's when he had Craig Mack. He had Biggie, all them guys. And he's, started with him. He used to be in the back. He's shaking, dancing in the video, and he was more trying to be like a hype man, like Flavor Flav, but he didn't rap. He wasn't no rapper, wasn't no singer. But this guy, I mean, he had the talent. He knew what he was doing, and hell, he's damn near a billionaire.
Yeah,
he's like
so
worth
what do
$800 million.
So he just settled this first sexual assault allegation, and it was from his ex-wife, Cassie. And deep diving the story of the P. Diddy Combs sexual assault saga, which I feel like is kind of happened. Anytime like some big sexual assault shit comes out from way back when, I'm like, why is the media trying to down this dude? Is he going to come out and speak out against a certain politician or what's he going to speak out against? Because then that's like usually when they're trying to squash somebody. But in this case, he settles the case with Cassie, which was his ex-wife, which means she probably has a lot of shit on him. So I can understand why he settled that case. But now you've got these new women, 3 other women that are like, oh, well, he settled that case. Maybe they're just going to settle with me. But see, I don't think that's the case.
The thing with Diddy is he is known for throwing parties.
Yeah.
Wild parties.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, he drinks. He likes to drink and he likes to have fun.
What do you think he drinks?
Oh, he got his own stuff. Ciroc.
Okay.
Ciroc is his brand. That's his stuff.
Yeah, you're right.
So he he's drinking, promoting that, marketing that at his own parties.
Right.
And of course, Jamie Foxx is known for throwing good parties too.
He goes to a lot of parties. Not anymore, maybe. Well, they say that they've seen him out and about at some parties now. Yeah. We're gonna talk about Jamie Foxx.
Oh yeah. But see, with Diddy, man, he think he's above everybody. He think he.
Man, oh man, how long did that cut out? Dead leg
for just 1 second.
It's every time I leave it on the other window, it cuts out. But all right, go ahead. So P. Diddy Combs was what? Say what you just said.
He pretty much he's rich. He is the man. A lot of people who wants to break out in the industry. Why? I mean, he produced hits. He got legendary
Victory
artists.
Was one of the incredible records.
He worked with almost everybody. Produced a lot of records and stuff. So, of course.
I'm sure some crazy shit happened at those parties.
You could probably put him in the category of with the
Jay-Z.
No. Well, yeah, as far as I ain't gonna say talent wise, but as far as money wise. Yeah, and Dre, he's up there with the money as far as being a producer. But his low down dirty stuff, I will put him in the class of a R. Kelly.
You think he's that dirty?
Hell yeah.
Think he's a dirtbag? You think P. Diddy's a dirtbag?
He's dirty.
Well, he's got to be a dirtbag going those parties.
The only difference is
nothing good happens at those parties.
You got to look. You go way back.
He blew a fucking dude's car up.
R. Kelly was messing with a 15-year-old girl. He got married to Aaliyah when she was young.
Right. And so did you see the Aaliyah documentary? You never saw it? It's because you're on Netflix.
No, I don't do Netflix.
I know, but it was a Netflix special.
Before, though.
Did you really?
I met him and I was.
Did you pee on him?
No, he didn't pee on me either. Because
did he ask you to?
I might have been too old.
What were you, like 20?
Yeah, about 25.
Yeah, y'all the same age. He's about 55. He's about 54,
I met him when he was
55,
with a public announcement.
Oh yeah. That was when he was good.
Oh, how did you get to meet him?
I used to go to like this nightclub called Tremors.
Okay.
In Raleigh.
And they have stuff like talent shows and stuff, and then it's the guy there, one of the bouncers, would like take me to meet the people that would come. Yeah. Since I did some of the talent shows, Right,
because you did a lot of comedy over there too.
No, it wasn't comedy. I just tried to rap back in the day.
Oh, you rapped back in the day? Damn, you were you dirty like Diddy?
No.
Were you dirty like Diddy?
No.
Little Kill.
No.
Bossy Brown.
No, my educational stuff. It won't know. Yeah.
I got you. So, when you met him, did he seem like a dirtbag?
No, he was real nice. And one of my cousins, the song Vibe. Did you got that vibe? Mm-hmm. That part he did that run on.
Yeah.
He didn't do it, and she was like, "Hey, you didn't do that part." And he sat her down and shared with everybody. And he sung it to her, and everybody was like, "Oh, he was so excited about it."
Let me tell you, my R. Kelly. Fuck R. Kelly. I don't like R. Kelly because he ran us out of the gym. We couldn't play ball no more because he had a concert. This was when I was in the Army. I was at Fort Hood back in '93, and he came out with his first album. Came out with 12 Play, and he was on tour with Escape. That's with T.I.'s wife.
And I just met one of the
all
escape
them.
ladies the other day. Got a picture
And
with her.
Latoya,
Oh, did you
Latanya,
really?
and all them. And they came to Fort Hood.
I got a picture
And
with
at the
samples of
time,
them.
at the time, you know, I was in an elite unit. I was in nurse, and we used to do other things and stuff. So when we weren't doing our secret squirrel stuff, we helped out around the post and all that stuff. I played basketball, so I was running on basketball teams and stuff. So, but we was in the gym, and next thing I know, the guy that was broke dick, we call him broke dick, you know,
Yeah.
he was assigned basically somebody injured.
Okay.
When they hurt, even though they on jump status, they hurt. They sent him out, and he was assigned to one of our gyms on post, and he was working, you know, washing the towels and all that stuff. So he went in there and pulling all the blinds down. Was like, hey, turn the balls in. We gotta go. We like, it's in the morning. What you mean we got to go? And next thing you know, we all leaving out the door, and I'm lingering around. And I look and I see a daggone stretched limousine parked on the side, and dudes was jumping out and going inside the door. So, hold up. And I go back in before the door closed. I say, hey, man, who them dudes there? And so I'll get to walking over there. I'm like, hey, y'all want to play? And it was R. Kelly and his entourage.
Oh, no
and he
shit.
can ball. He's a baller. He can play.
Dude,
I
he
was
is
so mad.
such a dirtbag, though. That Aaliyah interview where he is, like, all of his boys were like saying on the fin, they're like, oh yeah, I mean, we bring 14-year-old girls back there, and you know, but I'm like, how do those guys? How are they able to say that on the documentary and not go to jail for it?
Right.
Like, that's fucking crazy. The one dude admits to them faking the signatures on the marriage certificate for Aaliyah to make her older than what she was, because she was like 16.
But you
they
know, too,
they faked the parents.
You have to blame the
I think,
parents
yeah.
on them.
Yeah.
All the girls that they've been with, unless they was juvenile delinquents and they was running away from home and parents couldn't find them or had missing person
Do you think it's a
reports on them.
conspiracy that she died?
Who?
Aaliyah?
Aaliyah?
In the plane crash?
I ain't
You
no
know, like
conspiracy
Diddy blew
theory,
up. Well, I mean, Diddy fucking blew up a dude's car. That's not a conspiracy. That really happened.
why he ain't locked up?
Beats me. But Diddy told the guy who was Cassie sleeping with at the time, Curtis.
Could be Curtis Blue.
No,
Not
it was
him. Curtis.
who was?
Don't say 50 Cent. Curtis Jackson.
No.
Okay. 'Cause I was like, there's some other Curtis. I know Curtis Blow and Curtis.
Let's see. Hang on.
Jackson.
P. Diddy, Cassie.
But again, and see, here's rumors. Here's another conspiracy. People thinking his stuff is coming out because he's trying to buy a bigger network. Same thing that happened with.
Well, there you go. That's what I was saying.
What's the name with Bill Cosby?
Yeah.
Everybody said Bill Cosby. None of this came out until Bill Cosby came out and said he was gonna. They said he was gonna try to buy the NBC network.
Mm-hmm.
And I joked. I said, "Oh, that's gonna be network." Bill Cosby, NBC. Damn, that sounds good.
Yeah.
That's cool. And making moves like that. And then you get a comedian, Hannibal Buress, come out and he did a joke, and he brought up, all the stuff, the scandal, the stuff of him, pill popping women and stuff like that. And then when that joke went viral because of the internet, how it is, it opened up not only his case from 2004 2005 with the one female that he actually settled, and they locked had their document sealed and all that other good stuff. And next thing you know, women from back in the 50s, 60s, when he was on I Spy, the Bill Cosby show, everything started coming out. Boom, boom. And I'm talking about they would hit him like 5. You know how you go to the slot machine, you put a slot machine and ding, ding, ding.
Oh, Kid Cudi.
That's how it did.
It was Kid Cudi's car. Sean Diddy Combs accused of blowing up car of U.S. rapper Kid Cudi. Yeah, so it was Kid Cudi's car, and he told Kid Cudi if he didn't stop fucking with Cassie Ventura, he was going to blow his car up. That same week, Kid Cudi went out to his car, hit the lock on his car, and his car exploded.
Ooh.
So, like, everybody knew that he did it, but there wasn't enough evidence.
Right.
And I think I don't think Kid Cudi wanted to cooperate,
Bro.
but that's the only reason. But it's not a conspiracy. Like, he tried to blow him up.
When you have $800+ million, you can get anybody
to do anything. Like, you can find that crackhead that's getting ready for his role.
Right. And you'll find one that won't tell. That won't tell.
Oh, sure.
I'll take care of you for the rest of your life.
So
now,
if
you do get locked up, I'll take care of your family on the outside. Stuff like that.
So this new this new sexual assault. This is from CNN Entertainment. Sean Diddy Combs accused of sexual assault by a woman who says she was a minor at the time, transporting her by private jet to New York City, where she was gang raped by 3 individual defendants at Mr. Combs' studio. Douglas H. Wigdor, founder partner of Wigdor LLP, sent a statement to CNN. The depravity of these apparent acts has not surprisingly scarred our client for life. Okay, so he wasn't included in the gang rapers. So Jane Doe is suing the defendant for violation of the New York Victims of Gender Motivated Violence Protection Law, which is the law they just extended out. According to the New York City Council, the law gives survivors of gender motivated acts of violence more time to pursue civil actions by extending the statute of the limitations, which I just said. Combs was sued for rape and abuse in November by former partner singer Cassie Ventura. I didn't know you could rape somebody if you were married to him.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Margaret's like, no, it's my right.
It should not be because it says basically your body's there, their body's yours. But if they got it. She say no, and she mean no.
And see, and that's I think that's why people get married. So you can't say no,
right? But she
you know.
Oh yeah, how did that work out for you? Give it 6 months. You know she's saying no. But here's my thing with the P. Diddy Combs thing. So he said, in this whole suit, I'm not going to go all the way down into it, but if you want to deep dive into it, like if you're sitting in your patrol car or your meat wagon and you're bored and you want to look down into this, Diddy comes out and says like that these are like completely like bogus and yada yada yada, and he's like swearing on it. But like if you ask Diddy, did he have anything to do with blowing up his up Kid Cudi's car? He's gonna say the same thing. So his truth doesn't really mean much. You know what I mean? Like after you do shit like that, I says now the other thing is I don't know, why do these women wait decades to come forward? Like it's just odd to me. It's odd to me that after decades is when they're like, oh, okay, now I'm good to talk about it.
Can I respond to that?
Yeah, of course. So I'm looking right at you.
Okay. So to me, I question the same way, because I feel like there are statute limitation stuff, right? But depends on the situation. Somebody might have threatened to tell if you ever said I'm gonna do this, do that, whatever. But I think some of them come up with like the Bill Cosby thing with the pills. Some of them probably knew what they was getting into, or it got them a step higher where they was going. And once they got there, they realized, well, I shouldn't have to do that with him to get where I am. Right. Here's my opportunity to get. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, I feel the same way. Like, when you're with some of these celebrities, like I won't say the name of the group, but basically Jay and I became pimps one night where we were picking and choosing which girls went onto their bus, and they were like, pick up that girl right there, bring her on our bus, bring her on our bus. And we were like, which one? He's like, the one with the big titties. And after like the three or four people that he and I picked out, I was like, yo, I feel like we're just picking these women to go on this bus. Like, I think we're like playing the role of a pimp here or something. It feels weird, but like, that those women went on that bus for one thing and one thing only, right, to be with the band, right, and to do things with the band. And then when they get off of the bus, like you said, like for a decade later, for them to be like, well, I didn't really want to do it. It's like, you didn't, like, you sat there and flaunted your titties and screamed and yelled to get on the bus. I'm pretty sure you went in with all the effort. And now you're trying to play like you didn't. And I know that you can't really say that in 2023, because then people will be like, well, you're sexist, you're rape, but I mean, I've seen some women act pretty vulgar and dudes act pretty vulgar. And I feel like at the same time, if both people are being disgusting, you shouldn't be able to, like, a decade later.
Blueface. I guess, I don't know if he's a rapper or whatever, but it's called Blueface, and his girlfriend, Christy. I mean, she's a pretty girl.
Blew it in my face.
But his name that's his, I guess, his rap name or whatever.
I'm Blueface, and I'm blew it in my face.
You talking about domestic violence, man? They be videotaping, and I mean, somebody be taping it. Like one time, her folks got in his face, had him cornered, and was threatening to whoop his ass for putting his hands on her, but she'll sucker punch him, and he respond back. He'll try to.
Yeah, but that's like a big common thing. I don't understand. Like if I had one yelling match in the dating world, I think I just call it quits. Like if you're already yelling at each other,
and
you probably shouldn't get married. I mean, that's just me.
Yeah.
But jumping to another topic, because we have a lot to get through tonight, and Taylor Swift, Woman of the Year. What is you guys' opinions on
I don't
that?
give a shit about no Taylor Swift.
I don't really.
I don't follow.
Who
her.
is she married to?
She ain't married.
She ain't married,
but
dating-
she's dating
Travis Kelce.
Kelce. And
How
they
do
was
you
at the
not
game
know
the
that?
other
Maybe I
night.
got it mixed up. Who she dated before him? It's somebody else. She was. Maybe I got the girls mixed up.
Well, she's written like a
But
million
Travis Kelce,
records over.
you know what they say, when you go black, you don't go back.
Mhm.
Well, his ass did. He went back.
Okay.
He went back. I guess the sister he was with just won't doing it for him, whatever. He caught her attitude.
Maybe I got mixed up.
He caught her attitude and was like, "Full good. I'm going back to the white side. Give me a white girl."
I know somebody was talking about on the news and they were saying, why couldn't it be Beyonce? Why couldn't it be? It was like, just trying to get people riled up about why was it her?
Oh,
Like, somebody
well,
had-
I mean, if you're gonna go on that, if they're gonna pull the Beyonce card, which I'm assuming they would pull just because like Beyonce is black and Taylor Swift's white, and they're trying to pull that card, Taylor Swift pretty much had a fucking slam dunk year. I don't know anybody else
It was a
that
white newscast for that.
crushed.
I mean,
Like
but
whether you like Taylor
she's
Swift or
good,
not, or you
right.
think she's like a satanic, or conspiracy theory,
Mhm.
was like whatever. I don't know that I buy any of that stuff. To tell you the truth, but Taylor Swift made almost $1 billion this year.
Mike's cut out again.
It's because I went to another thing. Is it back on now?
Yep, you're back now.
Cut out. Where'd it cut out at?
Just before you were dropping the news about her making $1 billion this
Yeah,
year.
I mean, she made $1 billion, almost $1 billion this year
Here's my
in ticket
thing.
sales. Like
Here's-
Taylor Swift crushed.
See, here's my thing with her. I don't follow her because I mean, I maybe because I just haven't caught one of her songs or whatever and be like, "Ooh, I like the song. Who sang that? Taylor Swift." Oh
Yeah.
shit! Well, let me check Taylor Swift out. I know her name is big in the game.
Oh,
Where
yeah.
I really followed her or knew the name is when Kanye West
Yeah.
got up there and
Yeah.
grabbed the mic at the award show
That
and
was
said
fair.
what he said, which won't
Yeah, that
right.
wasn't right.
But here's my
Right,
thing.
and then Ye wrote like a rap song with when he was married to Kim Kardashian, where he talked about wanting to have sex with Taylor Swift and making that bitch famous. And Taylor Swift was like, I never gave him permission to call me a bitch. And Kim Kardashian had told the world basically that she did give Kanye permission. But there's like definitely, and then she posted a video clip that really made it look like Taylor Swift did it. And Taylor Swift's like, no, play the whole fucking video. And when you play the whole video, it's pretty clear that Taylor Swift was like, yeah, I'm still cool with you putting that line in there, but don't call me a bitch.
Right.
But Kim Kardashian went in and just posted that.
Yeah.
And so like Taylor Swift's always had this feud with Kim Kardashian, and it kind of tarnished Taylor Swift's reputation for like a good solid year that year because she had this kind of good girl persona.
Oh, yeah.
And then now she's getting into this, vulgar feud with Kanye West. And but this year she's made just the ultimate comeback. I don't know of any other. I mean, Taylor Swift has become like the Beatles.
Wow.
I mean, name an artist right now bigger than Taylor Swift. You can't even
female. If you
male
say
or female, you cannot find an artist right now that is even touching Taylor Swift this year.
Now
this year.
What are you talking about? Overall,
Overall
her
for the year.
sales, record
Yeah,
sales
for the year.
status.
Yep, all of them.
Well,
I'll look it up. Dead Legs, you're on here. Will you look up? Is there anybody that's anywhere close to record sales or concert sales?
Might be
this year.
Well, yeah. Well,
no, I bet
Beyonce
you it's not
just
even
started.
close.
Actually, she has a concert that she done made into a movie.
So Taylor Swift had a movie too.
So she got sure did. So both of them. So
I'm telling you, dude.
Beyonce might be up there with her too, because there's a
Dude,
lot of
Dead
Beyonce
Leg, feel free to
fans
interrupt
out
us
there.
whenever when you get that information.
Top
my
is
thing,
Taylor
like,
Swift,
with-
followed by Elton John, followed by Ed Sheeran, followed by U2, followed by
Ed Sheeran, I
Coldplay.
like him.
Wait,
Elton John, that
all
man's
time?
old and he doing it.
is this all time or is that just this year?
Top 20 highest grossing tours of all time. Taylor Swift
Okay.
is number one with
Number
1
one.
billion.
I knew it. I knew that tour was number one.
Well, you know what?
Of all time, Jay.
Here's the funny thing.
All
It
time.
don't hurt that she dates a popular player.
No,
on
that
a
was at the
Super
end of the
Bowl.
year. That's at the end of the fucking year.
No,
Erroneous.
What I'm saying is, even though she's who she is,
Yeah.
she could probably have her pick of any player in any major league sports, but she goes with the guy who breaks up. I mean, look at the storyline. He breaks up with a chick, a sister, a hood chick.
Was she hood?
Yeah.
Dude, are hood girls good lays or no?
Who?
Hood girls.
Hood girls, yeah,
They
but
good lay?
you got to give it to them though. You can't bullshit with it. You give it to them wrong, they're gonna talk about you.
Okay.
And they're rolling there. There you ain't.
I mean, like Jada, right? Calling out Will for his tiny dick and
But
shit.
she
Yeah,
gonna-
I don't want
But
anything.
see,
with it.
hood chicks ain't gonna call it entertainment. They're gonna say what it is. I fucked you. You know,
Yeah,
they, that's what they're gonna say.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you this: Taylor Swift hot or not? That's been an ongoing debate all
I
year
think
too.
she's cute, but she her body.
skinny.
I like tits and ass.
Yeah,
You know,
that's what my wife tried to pull that one on me too, and like we went through a whole bunch of pictures, and I was just like, nah. I mean, she's a pretty girl.
Yeah, she's
Like,
pretty.
don't get
Yeah,
me
she's
wrong,
pretty
but
girl, but-
she doesn't. I don't look
Yeah.
at Taylor Swift and be like, you know what I mean? It's like,
I like when a woman walk. I like to see the ass just go up and down. The cheeks go up and down while they walk.
Margaret, what do you think? You think Taylor Swift's hot or not?
Oh no, I don't judge women now.
No, not at all.
No,
But women can.
I mean,
though.
Listen, I'll be the first one to say Brad Pitt's a handsome man.
But here's the thing: straight women.
Morgan Freeman's a handsome
we
man,
know
George
a
Clooney.
Woman, whether we know a woman is straight or gay, y'all can get away with complimenting.
Oh, so I can't
another
compliment a
woman.
dude? Like, I think George Clooney's a handsome strapping dude.
gay.
I'm Brad Pitt.
Guy will say you gay. No homo. No homo. You can't say that.
I was working at in the back of the when I worked at Walmart one time, and two ladies back then. I don't know if they were gay or what they was doing. But it was a black lady and a white lady, and they was looking at the magazine. They was like, "Hey," it was like, "Don't you look nice?" And I'm in my mind thinking it's 12 o'clock at night. You asked me to do a lady look like she had a bathing suit on, and so I was like. I was like, for my stomach to look like that. Before me saying she looked,
Right.
where'd that come from? I was like, I mean, that's a
old
nice
school.
dress you got on.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be going around going. I mean, nowadays you tell somebody something look good, I can say, "Oh, your beard looks nice," and if you don't know, you might say, "Like, what's she flirting?" When I might just say your beard looks nice, but I don't really.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's how you say it. You know.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know.
I could be like, "Damn, I wish I was swole like you, dog." You know.
Okay.
That's more of a compliment, letting him know that. Okay, yeah,
But you ain't gonna say, "Oh, he fine."
Right? You be like, "Ooh, daggone, look at your pecs." You know, yeah, you can't do that.
What was the guy
Men
name
can't do that.
on Friday? Was it Friday Nights? What the guy out of prison?
Yeah.
What was he asking? Who asked about Money Mike? What was he asking him? What's his name? I was talking about Cat Williams. Yeah, I forgot what he was saying, but the way he was doing, like, ooh, I forgot what he called him. Yeah,
Damon. That was Damon.
You can't go out. Yeah.
He said, "Oh, he looked like one of them."
No, I mean, I don't think that Travis Kelce had really much to do with her stellar year. I think she just fucking crushed, dude.
No, what it does is it put her, like you said, it she's already here. It just shoots her straight.
You know,
I mean, she sits
Yeah,
at the top.
sure.
because-
I mean, like,
because
that's
he's
the
a
icing on the
popular
cake.
player. He
Right.
already has a name.
Yeah.
But now, you know.
Well,
but
she ain't
him,
gonna settle
you
down
know,
with no
boom.
slouch, no
Well,
no-name
hey,
slouch.
Hey, well, look, I'm gonna tell you like this. I remember when Tony Romo played for my Cowboys. He was a good quarterback, decent
Yeah,
quarterback.
who-
Everybody liked him, but
what's it
he
with
started-
Kim Kardashian? No.
He dated Kelly. Wood.
Ashley Simpson.
No, not her. Kelly Pitt, not Kelly.
Yeah, it was-
Underwood. She was a nice, beautiful girl that won.
Like, who was Tony Romo with? What celebrity
American
that cursed
Idol.
him?
It was
They gave him the
American
curse.
Idol.
I thought it was when he started dating Ashley
think it was
Simpson when they started
Underwood.
losing.
No, it was Underwood. I think her name
Carrie
was
Underwood?
Carrie Underwood. I think it was Carrie Underwood.
Could be
But
Carrie
She was
Underwood.
a beautiful girl, and she would come and she actually wore the boots, dressed like the cowgirl, and that shot Tony Romo ass.
Oh, it was Jessica Simpson,
Jessica Simpson.
and Carrie Underwood.
And Carrie Underwood.
That's
so, yeah.
it.
So
That's it. Thank you, tactical dude.
But see, the thing is, they were good, but like you said, this daggone good gracious. This is like they're like the white version of Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Well, yeah, I mean they really are. And
mean-
wasn't Beyonce like Woman of the Year one year?
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, like,
sure.
listen, the only argument that I've heard, I haven't heard a decent argument yet, except for a political argument on why Taylor Swift shouldn't be Woman of the Year. Like, some people are like, well, it should be the mom with a bunch of kids. I'm sorry, but a mom with a bunch of kids didn't make $1 billion in 1 year and have the highest grossing sales of any tour of all time.
But here's
Like,
the thing. Here's the
I
thing.
mean, would
Is she-
I
is she
give it to
giving
her?
back?
Probably
Is she
not.
giving back.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
one
dude,
thing.
she just
Is she
donated
giving
like
back?
over $1 million to the tornado victims.
Well,
Like,
see,
that just happened yesterday.
And to be honest, that's what need to be put out there more.
Yeah.
But the fact it don't hurt that she's getting those votes from people that don't know that she's giving money away like that. they see her as the girlfriend of their favorite player or a popular football player that they're gonna buy the jersey. Now they're gonna go out and support her as well.
Taylor Swift in its totality, I don't think there's much of an argument. I mean, you could always say that the mom that's raising 5 kids, and you could always argue that that's really the woman of the year, and we know that. But like Time Magazine Woman of the Year, let's be real. Like it's going to be some kind of big popular. And when it comes to a popularity contest, Taylor Swift undeniably is the most popular female maybe on the fucking planet right now. I'm not sure that you could go to Africa and not figure out and then not know who Taylor Swift is. I mean, she's that big. She's like Michael Jackson big right now. She's the Beatles big. It has nothing to do with race or anything else. She's just big fucking star right now, man.
She's in that position. And it's just like with comedy. With, you look at all these big time comedians, and I'm just giving you the black comedian perspective. In Hollywood, you had they say, okay, who's gonna be the black comedian? Who's gonna be the number one?
Yeah.
And for a long time, Kevin Hart still. Well, it's between Kevin Hart and Dave Chappelle.
God, Dave Chappelle crushes, dude.
Exactly.
God, he crushes.
But see, Kevin's play it safe.
Right.
David, he don't play it safe.
Kevin Hart's kind of sold out, to be honest with you.
Well, he still
he's not really that great.
Well, he has his hands in so much stuff.
That's true too.
He has his hands in so much stuff. He's business minded. He has his stuff in so much stuff.
He is fun.
But I like Kevin. I actually got to hang out with him a couple of times.
I think
but Dave is the one I want to meet. I want to meet him. I know his OG Tony Woods and I know comedians Mellow Mike who work with him, but I want to meet him myself because it's just I remember watching his movies, watch Half Baked and wait, hold
on. I gotta interrupt you. Somebody said, who's the new girl? Me Potato, she ain't new. She's now a staple on the Monday show. And then Deadleg, our producer, said she's a friend of Jay's. Bitch, she's a friend of mine too.
That's right.
Like just because I'm white, like I can't be friends with her.
He finally got a black
We're going back to segregation days.
He finally got a black female friend because he came up to me. He said, Jay, you got to introduce me to some black
I'm
females.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, I did. I was like, yo, if I'm going to it's not cheating if it's a different race. Just so kidding. Vulcanator says, stay blessed, Ben. Ben says, howdy from Maine. Howdy, sir. Me potatoes. We're giving you a hard time tonight.
Like, when I get ice cream, I used to eat vanilla, but I like chocolate now.
Yeah, that's what my wife said the other day. She was like, you want some dessert? I was like, can I get some dark chocolate? And she was like, you've been hanging out with that Margaret girl too long. I'm kidding. She didn't say that. She didn't say that.
Oh, Jesus.
She's like, would you like some hot chocolate? And I'm like, yes, I would. But it ain't Monday.
What creams would you like in your coffee? I'll take it black, please.
Yeah, for those of you who are just listening, Margaret, who's doesn't say a lot, but what she does say is pretty funny. And then Jay, they're both of the African American color.
Yeah, persuasion.
Is that what it is? Persuasion? And I am of the Caucasian
we've
persuasion.
Been to the same family reunions. We know we got family. We family of family.
All right, let's
so we know what we know.
Let's jump on to this next the next topic of tonight. And it's the big topic of the night. It's the big topic that everybody wants to talk about, and that's the Jamie Foxx saga, your baby. But before we do that, tonight's show is brought to you by ghostbed.com/Wolfpack. Sleep so good it's absolutely frightening. It's scary how good of a sleep it is. Look, I am traveling once again this week. I get to go be on this cool set. It's my first time having a speaking role in a film and a TV series, a TV comedy series. And I will be taking my ghost bed pillow. I cannot take my whole ghost bed, but I take my ghost bed pillow because it's a little taste of home. For those of you guys who are out there, you first responders, mental health, mental wellness starts with a good night's sleep. And that's why we are proud to partner with Ghost Bed, because the adjustable base, it's got the massage, the zero gravity massage modes. This bed basically folds into a couch and you can watch your TV and makes an excellent gift. By the way, I had it in my screenshots to share this, but there are 3 Wolfpack members who just got the full blown Luxe Ghost Bed. for Christmas and it's already there. By the way, these things are delivered super quick right to your front door, which is pretty amazing. And they've already set it up before Christmas, which, you know, you can wrap these beds because they come in a very small box. When you open the box, they explode into a big giant bed and they're phenomenal. So you could put them under the tree and give the gift that just keeps on giving. And that's the gift of a good night's sleep over and over and over and over again. And, you know, they'll be with you for your lifetime. So head over to ghostbed.com/Wolfpack, 0% down, 0% finance. And that's if you have Taylor Swift credit. Just kidding, because I bet you she has perfect fucking credit. She's got P. Diddy credit. If you got P. Diddy, I bet you P. Diddy doesn't have good credit.
He don't need it. Well, he can pay. He can probably pay cash.
Who is it that's rich as shit and has terrible credit? Floyd Mayweather. That's who it is.
Do it?
Floyd Mayweather? Yeah, he's got bad credit.
Well,
I've heard he spends all of his money.
Again, he's in that 500 to
Hunter
800
Biden.
billion
Hunter
range.
Biden credit.
Yeah, I mean, he
Dude, you know how much the new documents that just came out about Hunter Biden? Do you know how much he spent on adult entertainment and sex workers?
That's crazy.
$800,000.
That's crazy. See, that's why if I come into money like that, I'm still gonna be cheap. I'm tight.
I'm still going for those $20 girls.
Tight. I get free, man. I work it free.
Tonight's show is also brought to you by
$40
factormeals.com/Wolfpack. Tis the season for Factor Meals. There's a lot going on for the holiday season. You got Christmas shopping to do. You got Christmas parties to attend. You've got the gym to do. You've got court dates. You're trying to get all your court dockets cleared before the beginning of the year. You don't need to waste your time meal planning, baby. Factor Meals does it for you. We're talking meals, fresh, never frozen, delivered right to your front door. You can get the protein heavy, 30 grams of protein per meal. You can microwave these things in 2 minutes or less. You've got the vegan options, the vegetarian options, the calorie conscious options. You got all the options right there, 300 plus menu items. Go to factormeals.com/Wolfpack right now and just take a look at all of those meals that they have. Pick out your meals for the week. They're delivered right to your door. Super competitive pricings. When you add in the gas money to go, when you add in all the electricity to cook the shrimp, separate from the chicken, separate from the green bean, separate from all the shit, and then you got to put them in those little packaging totes and seal it up and put it in your refrigerator. No, all of that's done with. These things go right to your front door, coming in a beautiful packaging. Again, they're not frozen. And right now you can get 50% off by using the code WOLFPACK50. Factormeals.com/WOLFPACK50. You won't be disappointed. We love them. We're actually going to do a movie night soon. We keep saying we're going to do it. We keep putting it off, but we're going to have a dinner and a movie night, and we're going to eat some Factor Meals, and we'll probably put it up on Patreon for you guys. All right, let's jump into the biggest story of the night before we go, and that's what the hell happened to Jamie Foxx. Now, the reason why I bring this up, and I'm leaving the screen, so Deadleg, yell at me if it takes us off, but I'll try to wiggle room back and forth because I know we're having a lot of problems right now with the stream here, but that's what happens when you do live shows for live YouTube chats. By the way, you guys are killing it in the chats. If you guys have any questions at the end of the show, we'll probably take a minute to answer some of those guys. Jamie Foxx sparks mixed reaction with extravagant decorations at his $10 million home amid bittersweet holiday season transformation. Basically, this article, which is from Hello. Yeah, there it goes. Hello.com. Basically what it says in the article here is that Jamie Foxx went over and beyond with his Christmas decorations this year. A lot of people are talking about it, but here's the kicker on it. This is what's like sparked everything. So he got sick. We all know, right? He got sick and he was on that film in Atlanta. Nobody really knows what he got sick about, but yesterday he went to the, this is killing me because maybe you guys can help me out with this. And I'm sorry this thing is jumping back and forth, but he basically went to an award ceremony. Josh, do me a favor. Maybe this will work. Can you find the Jamie Foxx article on Hello? And it's hellomagazine.com and bring that article up right in front of us, and then it won't kick me off of the stream? Or is that not possible?
Give me just a second for it to come up.
All right. So he gets this prestigious award. I'll read the article in a second. And he makes all of these weird references to his sickness, but he won't just come out with the sickness. Yeah, here it goes. He's got it up for me. So let me go down to where I can read it. Click on the article. There we go. Keep scrolling down. Keep scrolling down. I'll tell you when. This is all okay. Right. Keep going down. Keep going down. All right, keep going down. Keep scrolling. All right, here. While Jamie is yet to share exactly what his medical emergency was, he did emotionally open up about the experience recently during his first public appearance. This was this last weekend since the ordeal at the Critics. Now, here's the thing I want to ask you too about. At the Critics' Choice Association celebration of cinema and television honoring Black, Latino, and AAPI achievements. Who the fuck comes out with that? And by the way, if I got an award from that, whatever the fuck that acronym was, I would throw it right in the trash. All right, push play, because that's ridiculous. That's too much. After walking up to the stage to receive the Vanguard Award for his performance in The Burial, he noted walking unassisted was not something he could do 6 months ago. He said, quote, "I cherish every single minute now. It's different. I wouldn't wish what I went through on my worst enemy because it's tough when it's almost over. When you see the tunnel, I saw the tunnel and I didn't see the light." Keep scrolling down. Keep scrolling down on that one. Oh, that was the end of the article. So but he goes on, if you go and read if you go and watch the whole thing that he said, he talks about he saw the light. I mean, he saw the tunnel, but he didn't see the light at the end. He was super sick about it. What is, and I don't think that we deserve to know. No, not deserve. We're not entitled to know everything about every celebrity. Right. But you know it leads way to conspiracy theories. You know it leads gaps to people wondering and making up their own assumptions. Why not come out and say what you were sick of?
Because it ain't nobody's damn business. Yeah, that's just like, okay, I'm a diabetic. I'll tell you I'm a diabetic, but do I have to tell you what my blood readings is every time I check it? Hell no.
No.
You know I'm sick. If I'm not, okay.
But what if you battled something as a celebrity? Now, this is, one of the most influential Black men in America alive today.
Okay.
One of the most influential.
Gotcha.
And he went through something crazy. You don't think other people would benefit from hearing what the fuck he went through? Maybe they're battling the same thing. Maybe it's something they could watch out for. Because you know what I think it is?
What's that?
I think he OD'd.
No.
You don't think so?
No. Here's the thing. And that's fucked up. You think he OD because he black man OD until doing drugs.
I feel like if it was COVID, he would have said it was COVID.
No, but see,
I feel like if he had a kidney failure, he would have said it was a kidney failure. I think the only reason he wouldn't say what it was is because he's embarrassed by it.
No.
Well, then say it. Because if I'm assuming.
No, fuck that. Here's my thing. Everybody, see, just like when grieving, when somebody died that's close to you and you grieve, everybody grieves differently.
Right. Sure.
Okay. Shit, I learned that on Good Times back in the day. Everybody, even Florida kids, James died. Why mama ain't crying? I cried. Just cried. Why mama trying to hold it together? She's trying to process the shit. Just like when you're sick, man. I went through the same shit Jamie did. By me having high blood pressure, cholesterol, all that stuff.
And COVID damn near killed you.
Yeah, put me in the hospital and I saw shit.
Listen, I know another celebrity that I know personally. Been in fuck tons of movies, and he got sick, and I got a phone call, and they were like, "Look, we only want our closest friends to know what's going on right now. We're not going to tell everybody else." But when he got better, he told everybody what happened to him.
Right.
And I was fine with that, like at the time, because like I know, but like there were so many questions, and people were coming up with all these like assumptions, and in my brain I was like, why not just fucking tell everybody, so that you're not dealing with. I know you don't care to deal about it, but like, I mean, what's it gonna hurt? It doesn't hurt anything,
right? But maybe to get more attention. I mean, you think they got enough, but get more attention because you would think he would come out and say, "Hey, my appendix burst" or whatever it was.
Right. Sure.
But you don't talk about it because you want the closest people to know. But then when you do talk about it, they're gonna talk regardless. But you think it would be easier if you just say Jamie was sick of whatever.
Yeah.
And see, the thing about it, when you was talking about drugs, he's not known for doing drugs.
No.
He's a big party goer, but you never heard.
I just think they like. Well, here, let me get to this really fast. I'll go back to the drug drug thing, and I'll tell you why. But Me Potato says, Dead Leg, I would have Eric check his cable connections after the podcast, and that's where the fuzzy audio and cutout might be coming. Listen, we have a brand new audio board. We have brand new cables, and we've switched out the cables after we had the crackling a couple of weeks ago, and we have 3 matching Shure mics. Our equipment's perfect. Whatever is happening is on a StreamYard side, because when we toggle echo cancellation, everything gets fixed. So I know it's unfortunate. These are the woes of doing live. These are the woes of doing live shows. You can't fix these things on the back end. And it's just something we're working on to get better. Honestly, we might leave StreamYard because of this if we can't find a solution. But StreamYard's been pretty good to us over the years. So, I'm sure there's some kind of easy fix. We just haven't found it yet. Me and Potato goes on to say, I had the problem with an employer with diabetes issue. Almost had to sue because they tried to fire me for going to the break room for low blood sugar. I guess there's some things that you don't have to tell people. And if you're like, well, I don't have to tell them, so I'm not, then you have to also accept the fact that people are going to make up their own rumors and their own allegations. And so for me, it's like, if you had COVID and you're Jamie Foxx, wouldn't it be worthwhile to say you had COVID and you had these problems so that other people might be motivated? It's Hollywood, and they're all about the V and the vaccine and everything. Wouldn't you use this to capitalize on a deal with Pfizer to make a little bit more money to push the Pfizer vaccine or something like that? Or did he get the vaccine and have complications due to the vaccine and have the stroke? And that's why he's not talking, because I feel like if he really had the COVIDs, he would have fucking said it already, because he would have been getting paid by Pfizer to say that he almost died. And, or did he get the vaccine and still almost die from COVID? That might be the issue too. But I don't think that, I think it's a more nefarious reason for not coming out and saying it, because there's nothing good that can come out of not saying it.
I mean, my thing is,
and then what causes you to die?
Tell everybody everything.
You don't, but you have to accept that everybody's going to come up with.
Yeah, because you know what? Because he do have beloved fans.
But don't you think his fans are going to question him from here on out?
One reason to tell it.
Don't you think his fans aren't going to trust him, and they're going to be like, well,
about trust. I mean, let the man. I mean, hell, if the man is in the hospital, and me, like I said, if I blow up tomorrow and become a big time comedian, and I have I fall into a coma or whatever. A diabetic coma, because everybody know I'm a diabetic.
Yeah, why would we just say that so we can all pray for you?
But see, I really don't want everybody to pray for me, because a lot of people.
You don't want me? You're pointing at me.
No, I'm doing like this. I'm doing like this. I'm just saying, just not pointing at you.
He's like, I don't want everybody.
I don't want.
I don't want everybody praying. Don't worry, I was going to pray for you anyway.
Because people don't pray.
They pray.
You're right. They don't pray for people. Pray for your downfall. People pray for bad health. They
What?
pray your ass die.
Nobody prays for that.
Pray on man. Yes, they do. Pray exactly.
I get you.
EY.
I got you. Predator shit.
Right. Yeah. But they will. So somebody be like, I hope this Lord don't let him do that. People, exactly. People not all for you, so I don't ask people to pray. So my thing is with the Jamie Foxx, him not coming out, he might not be in the mental state to come out. He's dealing with whatever the illness it is, and he was.
But why not now? Why is he making all these like weird? Like he's still talking about his medical emergency. No. He's still talking about it. Like he's still saying he saw the light or saw the tunnel and not the light.
He said when he said he going to the tunnel, right?
Well, and he makes a lot of references how he's getting right with God. He's doing all these things. Exactly. So Murph 530 brought up a really good point. She said she loves Jamie Foxx, and he probably didn't want to jeopardize his career. It was a vaccine injury. That would make sense to her. I think it was more of a vaccine injury than it was a vaccine help, because listen, I'm telling you right now, these dudes would, if he got COVID, you would be the biggest fan of the fucking COVID vaccine if it saved your life. But if you got the vaccine and then you almost died, you wouldn't really say shit about it, because it only plays into.
That's my thing about it. Everybody, you know how they say, everybody has an opinion. Opinion is like an asshole. Everybody has one, and people when people don't know, that's when the conspiracy theories start coming out and all this and that. Like I said, if I put myself, I took the vaccine after about 3 months after I recovered from having COVID and everything.
But what if you had gotten the vaccine and then almost fucking died?
I know some people that. Well, I know some people that had family members that got the vaccine and still died.
Right.
Like, you get it, blah blah blah. I never.
Because I mean, I think it's the whole fight right now is that they're saying the vaccine's too early in its stages and it doesn't really help. But that's the argument. I'm not saying it's true or not true, but that's the argument. And so if Jamie Foxx would have come out and said, I got the vaccine with all of Hollywood when we were told to get it, and then I almost fucking died, that would be really bad for business because Hollywood, including Taylor Swift, is all up on that Pfizer.
How do we know he took the vaccine?
Well,
we don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know.
But I would guarantee you that TMZ would have fucking told you if he didn't get the vaccine.
But did they tell you he got it?
No, I don't think you have to. I think it's just assumed that all of Hollywood got the vaccine.
What does assume do it? Make an ass of
then
yourself.
Come out and fucking say it.
Why?
So we're not having these conversations.
I wouldn't give a damn.
I don't care if you wouldn't give a damn.
This
For me, I feel like so here's what I think. As an influencer, and hold on, hear me out. As an influencer, you're and maybe Jamie Foxx would be like, I'm not a fucking influencer. I'm a celebrity.
He's a celebrity.
But I would, I've said that like everybody's an influencer from Pete Rose all the way up. And that's why kids, especially in the 90s, that's why we were so disappointed in people like Pete Rose when they fucked up, because you do want to see these people at a higher status. So whether he likes it or not, he has an influence on tons of younger black kids, white kids. There are people who want to be, there are people that want to be Jamie Foxx, that strive to be him. And I wouldn't, if I were Jamie Foxx, I wouldn't want one of them to be questioning my lifestyles. What if one of those kids hears a talking head like myself, and God, I hope there aren't kids that are listening to this, and all they heard was, I think he had an OD. You know, how hurt and crushed would he be? Those young minds, they're not smart enough to go and do the research. They're just going to go and retalk that and say it as if it was truth. Oh, I heard he OD'd. And now you got this rumor spread around, and you can say, I don't give a fuck. People don't know me. Yeah, they don't. But why would you want some kid to be negatively influenced by you if all it would take is you saying, I had COVID,
but see, here's
and
my
I almost
thing.
died.
But see, that's my
I don't think it was COVID. I think he would have said it.
But see, here's my thing.
Or I do think it was COVID, and I think he had the vaccine first.
But see, that's my thing. I mean, everybody, when it comes to your medical history, right? What do they say when you go to the doctor, or you release your information? I'm going through the same shit with my daddy right now. All my dad, because, I'm getting ready to be my dad's caretaker. I'm in the process of that. So all the information, while they still have my dad, they can talk to him. Hey, who's this guy right here? My son, Jay. He's, do you
have like a power of attorney set up yet?
Well, see, all this stuff. Yeah, I'm going through all this stuff now, but that's what I'm saying. While he's still, what is it? The resuscitation, all that.
Right. Because he's got like Alzheimer's, right?
Yeah. Well,
dementia.
It's come here. But see, here's the thing. While we still got him before he get, worse, we asking him all those questions. Right. But before they could tell me, my sisters, any of his medical history or whatever, I have to get permission from him and everything. You know what I'm saying? I look at that the same way with if I'm a big time celebrity, something happened to me, I don't want my information, my medical information going out. Just say, hey, I had a medical emergency. It looks critical, or he, give him some time or whatever. If you're my fan and you love me, you'll be like, you know what? I'm praying for you to get better. I don't have to know exactly what it was. I don't have to. Oh, I think it's COVID. Oh, he might got the HIV, or he might be on the crack.
You know what? If it was that case, then you would shut the fuck up about it.
Right.
You wouldn't be getting your award, which, by the way, I want to talk about that before we hang up. This ridiculous award that he got and how stupid it sounds. I know personally I would not want an award from anything like that. Bring that back up for me while I'm talking, Deadleg, if you could, please. But, if that's your stance, then stop fucking talking about it. Stop talking about this elusive, rare medical condition that you almost died from, and you can't tell anybody about it.
But see,
because you know all it's going to lead to is everybody going, "What the fuck are you talking about, Jamie?"
But see,
plus half the people still think he's a fucking clone.
But see, here's the thing. See, and whoever, well, of course, I mean, you get sick, you're gonna look different.
Yeah, but my buddy, when he got done being sick, when he got done almost dying from COVID, I mean, he looked completely different. It took him like 3 or 4 months. But listen, my buddy, he wasn't like, he could not walk.
My dad.
You know, Jamie Foxx said he couldn't walk for 6 months. That sounds more like some kind of a stroke.
Let me ask you something. So I seen a video.
I think it was a stroke, dude. I think it was a vaccine related fucking one of those strokes. You know what I mean? Listen, how long could you walk after you got out of the fucking darkness?
I could walk, but I struggled, and this is before I didn't take the vaccine, though. That's what I'm saying. I didn't have the vaccine until 3 months after I.
So if this fucking guy had the vaccine and then he couldn't even walk for 6 months, I'm telling you, this was more of a fucking stroke type deal, and that's why he would look different.
That's the thing about COVID. COVID attacked everything. Before that, okay, I was managing my diabetes, my cholesterol. I'm taking medicine for it. I do a little exercise. I'm trying to eat right, whatever. But when COVID and I got exposed,
you got to listen to that Pat Militech
boom, it
episode.
hit me, and I was out. And what he talking about, I saw the tunnel, but I didn't see the light. I was with my ancestors, man. I was.
So you went to heaven.
I was floating in the dark, and I could see my mom, my aunt, my cousin, everybody that had recently or died in the last.
You saw him?
Years.
You talking to him?
I was talking to him. I was there.
Like the scene in Wakanda.
It was. I won't like. I was. It was like it was just black, and I felt like I was moving. Felt like I was moving.
You're a big Jamie Foxx fan. You know, he's your baby, as you say. Like, well, I mean, would you want to know? I mean, do you feel like? I get it. Listen, I'm not arguing. I don't think we're entitled to know. Right. I'm not saying that we're entitled to know. Right. I'm just thinking, like, I think it's kind of a dick move to keep bringing it up all the time, and then not tell anybody.
Well, it's like
he'd be like,
he got to deal with it, man. He has to deal with what happened to him.
He just put up fucking over $1 million worth of Christmas lights on his $10 million estate. The fuck is he got to deal with?
No, see, that's what I'm saying. See, everybody deals with shit differently. He's dealing with what he went through. Like you said, he went through a tunnel, didn't see the light, so that's why he came out talking about, I got to change my life.
But I want to know what brought him to the light. I want to know what brought you to the light. How about you start with the truth? Because I'll tell you what the truth is, Jay. I'll tell you what the truth is. He got the fucking vaccine, and he still almost died for COVID, and they have told him to shut his fucking mouth about it. So he is selling his soul to the man, to the Hollywoods, to Pfizer, to them. I'm telling you, that's why.
So what you trying to say? He went to the Illuminati?
No, what I'm telling you is
that
Pfizer has their paws in everybody. They got it in Taylor Swift. They got it in Kelsey. They got them in all these guys. That's why they're making such a big fuss about what's the Green Bay Packers old quarterback?
Brett Favre?
No, the fucking
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers not getting the vaccine. Anybody that didn't get it, who's the basketball player that they tried to shame relentlessly for not getting it? You know what I'm talking about. But
Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, Kyrie Irving. Yeah. You know, the Hollywood was all in and all invested in this fucking vaccine, and they all told everybody else to get it. And they made all these things, and a couple of them are having strokes. He's not the first one. Other ones have admitted for having the strokes after the vaccine. Because here's the thing: the vaccine isn't a one fit wonder. It's like a fucking diet. It works for some people and it doesn't work for everyone. They were trying to force every fucking person. Even now, they're trying to force it on children. They're saying, like, you should. Now it's been approved that you should get. Listen, I don't think you should be putting any of this shit into children, period. I mean, I think there's enough science and enough research out there. You should, autism was up over 200% in less than 20 years. 200%. But you know what's up? You know what the difference is between 1989 and right now, and the amount of autism that's going out? Is that you are now, instead of having 7 mandatory vaccines, there's 7 vaccines that are just given. There's now 78 vaccines that are given, and there's tons of reasons. Go and do the research. I had Pat Militech on today on the Night Shift Top Secret Information, and he goes through a lot of the data. But I think there's plenty of data out there to at least question any vaccine. There are so many vaccines out there where you have 1 in even 200 people having negative side effects for the vaccine, and that alone is enough that each individual should choose whether they want that vaccine or not. Should be a personal choice, but you should have all the facts and all the information. Personally, I think that this is what happened with, I think he had some kind of severe stroke or something. Again, speculation. He would have come out and said what it is that he says in it. And if that's what happened and he's not saying it, then he obviously didn't learn shit about not saying it.
Because like I said, there's a lot of conspiracies out there, because there was a lot of people said that Jamie was free-lipped with his mouth talking about the parties that Diddy had to put a hit out on him and all this other stuff.
Sure, he could have been poisoned or something crazy like that. Now that would be an interesting twist.
Yeah.
Say he gets poisoned and he's trying, he doesn't want to get that out there because it's under an investigation. Right. Now there you go.
And see, that's
perception might not be reality.
It's so much stuff that goes on. But my thing is, if it's about his, medical, if the man was in the hospital or whatever and he had to move to a rehabilitation center and do all that, okay, pray for the man if that's what you want to do. If he asking for prayers or the family if they asking for privacy, give him that privacy.
But like he said, he bringing it up.
If he come out and bring it up, but again, it's how you deal with it. Your walk with God, your walk with Jesus. Mm-hmm. You have a life changing experience, and now you come back not talking like old Margaret. Now you the new Margaret.
Right, because she doesn't swear. She does clean comedy, yada, yada,
Let's
yada.
say there was one time where you called, she
was a rapper.
You said MF.
She was Little Kim.
You said MF more than Samuel L. Jackson. And now you pass out, have a medical emergency. In 2 months, you come back. Now you talking about every word come out your mouth is Jesus. God.
Well, I mean, listen, I would look if I didn't see the light, I would be talking about
then you'd be
Jesus.
like, when I was sick, I was out. I met with Peter and Paul, and you start, and you be like, what is she talking about? You done had an out of body experience.
Right, but if I keep saying when I was sick,
right.
So if I'm not, yeah,
but why wouldn't you say what you were fucking sick with?
Right, I'm saying, why would I keep bringing it up if I'm not? I would, because somebody else might be going through the same thing I was going through.
Yeah, that's my point. That is my point. It's like, stop bringing it up. If it's that personal to you and your walk is personal to you, stop talking about it.
I'm gonna tell you though, when you talking about celebrities like that, you looking at material. It could be a whole Jamie Foxx
So you think he's playing 3D chess where he's like, if I keep these cards close to my chest, it builds up more speculation, and then when I release it and I drop it, it's going to be more of a bomb shot.
Money.
Fucking doubt it, dude.
I
fucking doubt it.
Do that.
No, he doesn't.
Documentary.
Everybody's bucking for a Netflix, way that he came out of a coma and was like, yo, let's sit on this and not tell anybody so we can build up the anticipation and make money off of it.
He got management. He got
his
best
management
friends.
isn't that smart. Nobody's playing 3D chess like that.
I got a question.
I doubt it.
I seen a video where it was him in the hospital room. Okay, you said somebody the first time coming out speaking, but I seen him in the hospital room. He was hooked up to this IV thing, but it had whatever was going in him was like, you couldn't see it, and the doctor was in there with him, and the doctor had this thing in his mouth like a thermometer, and Jamie or whoever was talking like Jamie, and then the doctor took the thing out of his mouth and stuck it in Jamie's mouth.
Damn.
And I was like, what is that?
Wait,
and I kept watching over. I was trying to find it. I kept watching over and over. I thought about it. That's what you want me to do. Keep looking at that. But yes, it showed him. He was in the hospital room. And the thing on. He took it out of his mouth and stuck it in Jamie's mouth. And I was like, what? So I don't know.
So that his temperature is the same.
I don't know, but yeah, I'm gonna try to find it. But I'm like, what is this? Wow. And it might not have been Jamie, but it looked like, yeah.
That's some crazy shit. Murph 530 says, it's Meat Potatoes. If he keeps being mysterious about his illness, at some point someone's going to release that info legally or not. And that's where my head would be if I was Jamie Foxx. Somebody is going to leak that shit, and then you're not going to make any fucking money off of it. I don't think there was any money to be made off of it. I honestly think it was a vaccine fuck up, and that's the only reason it's squashed.
My problem with that statement, again, that's what you believe. I don't want to continue to push it off on a vaccination or a COVID vaccination.
You want to push it off on he got poisoned by P. Diddy.
No, not even that.
Which would be awesome.
I'm like
Listen,
this.
P. Diddy blew up a car so he could poison.
I'm like this. I'm patient enough to wait until it comes out.
Yeah.
When the shit just comes out on the news.
It is annoying as shit for him to keep bringing it up. It's just annoying. I just think it's frustrating. I mean, it's like alluding to you're pregnant, but you won't tell anybody that you're pregnant. It's like, I'm not drinking. Why aren't you drinking? Oh, I just don't feel like it. Nobody wants to ask and be rude. Like, what are you pregnant? Because that's rude.
Why your pants unbuckled?
Like, just fucking say it, dude. I'm pregos.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe because I don't like to be in folks' business.
I don't either, but I would like to know. Maybe because I like Jamie.
I mean,
I want to know.
This is my thing. I'm gonna tell you where.
I want to know because I would like to believe.
When he was going through his sickness, everything. But then when all these movies, he had like 2 or 3 movies came out. Yeah. I said the man might have had exhaustion.
No doubt.
He worked a
But that doesn't put you in a fucking coma.
Well, I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I don't know. I don't know what.
I mean, yeah, it could be anything. I mean,
all I know,
he could have been
I didn't
involved in a drive-by shooting.
I
don't
didn't
fucking
eat a
know.
lot of fucking
But he
sweets
calls
and
it his
candy, but
sickness. He does
became
call it
a
a sickness.
diabetic. You know,
Maybe he's got the diabetes. Maybe he's got the AIDS.
He probably, well, there ain't no telling what he got. You know, all them parties he was doing.
Yeah, he might have the
you never
AIDS.
know. My thing is,
I bet he had the AIDS, but you don't die of the AIDS like that though. You don't die of the AIDS like that.
Shit, daggone Irvin Magic Johnson would have went before him.
I know.
Yeah.
Shit, look, he look awful. He done put on weight. Done bought 4-5 more movie theaters, and he's
You
a part owner.
talking about Kyrie Irving?
No,
Michael Irvin.
No, Magic Johnson.
Yeah, but you
Magic
said
Irvin. His name is Irvin Johnson.
Oh, his name is
Magic
Irvin Johnson.
Yeah,
I got you.
Magic Irvin Johnson. And
I didn't know that.
He's just co-owner of the Washington Commanders too now. And this man, what, 92, 91,
Yeah,
92,
COVID didn't
came
fucking
out
kill
with
him.
that. Is that, see?
But you know what? I talked to Pat Militech. By the way, Lavare, I got to figure out how to spell Lavare. If you use the lavare.com/Wolfpack, you can get a little discount. I guess we're signed up for some kind of like affiliate program with Pat Militech. But Pat Militech has, we'll release the episode here soon. But basically, he and my wife are on the same page and have read all the same books in the last 30 years, or the last 30 years. And so they're all in on this homeopathic. Is that how you say it? Homeopathic? I think so. I think that's how you say it.
Sounds right.
I knew all you would hear out of that is homo. But anyway, all these antioxidants and saying that, like, you know, everything is based on inflammation. And so when you start treating inflammation and figuring out where the inflammation is targeting the body, but you know, that it was a great show. But well, anyway, guys, I hope that's all the society and culture news. Going from here on out, I think we're going to get a little bit more dialed in on making this more of society and culture news, where we'll have this kind of laid out almost like we did tonight, but a little bit more dialed in, where we each bring on a different piece of news from Hollywood, from anything that has to do with society and culture, music, podcasts, movies, new movies coming out. And I think we're going to start at least once a month or bi-weekly. The three of us will go and see a movie in the theater and report back on what we thought about those and things like that. So we hope you guys enjoy the show. If you enjoy the Mondays, it just gives you something kind of calm, cool, and collect to get you through the rest of the week. We got political news coming out on Wednesday, sports news on Thursday. Then, of course, Friday, we have case breakdowns, and those are all different hosts for each show. So if you don't like my voice, or you don't like Margaret's voice, which, let's face it, nobody doesn't like Margaret's voice, everybody loves Margaret, or you don't like Jay's voice, we have a different host every day of the week. So you might find some that you like and some that you don't like, and you can tune into those shows. You know, Tuesdays are true crime, Wednesdays are political news. You know, you can be picksy and choosy, but what we do ask is, again, if you've made it this far, go give us a 5-star rating and review. Just go fucking do it. Hang up right now. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you're not already done that. But really, give us that 5-star rating and review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Right now, we're trending number 11 on the charts for Chartable, which is the largest podcast charts around the world. We are number 11 most trending podcast right now. And that a lot of that is based off of ratings and reviews. So head over there and give us a 5-star rating and review on iTunes and Spotify. Even if you've got some corrections that you want us to make, like our audio, doesn't mean you have to give us a 3-star. You can just write that and give us a 5-star, because if you do that and we get more money, we can buy new equipment. I don't know what's going on with the crackling. I really do think it's a StreamYard, because you know, the equipment wise, we have literally gotten every host the same cameras, the same mics. I changed out the mic cables, and we have a new Rodecaster Pro board that's really expensive. So I can't imagine the crackling is coming from us. Maybe it is, but we'll see. I'm actually borrowing somebody else's board to put in here for tomorrow, just to see if it's the board. But we appreciate that feedback. It means a lot to us. Also, follow us on the Failure to Stop FTS_Wolfpack private group on Facebook. It's hilarious. Lots of meme checkpoints, lots of shit that your mother would not approve of. And then we also have the Uncuffed Instagram, Failure to Stop Uncuffed Instagram, which is just specifically society and culture news. So message us on that. You'll be talking to Jay Durrell over there, and follow us on that. Until next time, guys, myself, Margaret Owens, comedian JD, we will see you guys next week.